Welcome to the Ska History Hour with your hosts, Jose Rojas
Hello.
and myself, Daryl Rubio, wherein the purpose of this channel is to spread awareness of ska music and its subgenres to the world. Today, our guest is the member of the Odd Advantage out of Palmdale, California. Is that right, Nick?
Hemet, California.
Oh, Hemet.
Hemet,
I'm
Hemet.
sorry.
Yes, sir.
Hemet, California. Nick Faydo, right?
Yep.
Nick, we appreciate the time that you're taking to spend with us to talk about the share your stories with the ska community and your music. Please tell us a little about yourself and your role in the band, please.
Yeah. Um, well, I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 on Sunday. Um, and I love ska music. I'm a huge connoisseur. I have I would say like I think like 15 ska tattoos ever since uh late middle school, early high school. I've been just infatuated, and I do love ska music very much. And at late high school, I started this band with my buddy Tony, and that was about like 2013. Um, and yeah, since then, it's just always been a huge part of my life for over 10 years now. Just the scene, the music, the styles, the shows. It's a huge part of my life. The communities too. Like I'm in a lot of the ska communities. I'm in a lot of the. I try and stay up on the buzz. So yeah, it's ska's a big part of my life, and I'm the manager slash booking person for the band as well as the singer and the organizer. I kind of do a little bit of everything. I write the majority of the music, but everybody else also writes as well. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I kind of captain the ship that is the Odd Advantage, and I book shows out here in the Inland Empire, sometimes in Los Angeles, also anywhere else that I've like toured before. I give my contacts out and I try and book for people and help out the scene any way I can. But yeah, that's me.
All right, man.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
Yes, sir.
So, what does the band name, the Auto Advantage, mean to you, and how did you come up with that name?
Well, that's a good question. I've answered this in a lot of different ways, but it
Uh,
also makes sense to me. I like how rounded and well-rounded the name is. I wanted a name that kind of encapsulated something that everybody would want or be desirable, or like something that, then I ended up just going with the core of that, which is like, nobody wants, to a core belief of mine is that nobody wants perfection,
okay.
and nobody also wants, utter trash or whatever. So like I feel like you always want the odd advantage. You always want, you want something to be have its crust, but also have its perks. And so I feel like the odd advantage encapsulates that. It encapsulates a gray area. And I also kind of equate that with Scott too. I want to be in the gray area. I don't think
Mhm.
everything's black and white. So that's what I kind of equate it to, and that's what like the symbol means to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Can I agree with you, man? Scott is not absolute; it's not black and white.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right.
Right.
Mhm.
So your band started 2013. Please tell us about how your whole band came together. How did it start, please?
Yeah, I was in a punk band in high school called Anti Control, and we broke up. And we used to have a fill-in bass player, and that was my buddy Tony. And we had some history together. And he's been wanting to start a band, and I wanted to start a ska band. And we got together, and he had already been playing like reggae with two of his friends, with our current drummer Wani and our ex trumpet player slash songwriter Eddie, on trumpet. And he used to do that stuff with them and just try and like write stuff with them or play like houses and stuff like that with them and just like do parties. And we ended up coming together and bringing those two things together. My idea of making a ska band slash ska punk band, and Tony's his little reggae troupe. We kind of brought them together, and yeah, we made the first five songs that were recorded in like 2014. We didn't release them until like 2020, I think. And then that songs we wrote in high school was the remainder of those songs, minus a few. Um, and yeah, I mean that's kind of how we just got together. We from there, the four of us just trekked on, and we went through a lot of changes, a lot of different members, a lot of different people. And like right now, we're such a shadow from what we were, but we're far better and we're far grown. Now it's just the changes we've gone through have been immense. We've gone through so many changes, and that's why this album is really important that we're working on right now, is because it's the best iteration of us, it's the strongest iteration of us, it's the most powerful and impactful we've ever been. But yeah, we've gone through hell and back for the past 12 years to get to where we are today. And it's been a journey.
Nice. Now, how often do you guys practice, and what does your practice location look like? Do you rent a location out, or?
That's a good question. And we don't we don't practice. Well, we had our first practice in, oh my God, I would say like a first real practice with 8 of our 10 to 11 members a few weeks ago at my buddy our sax player Helios's place. Normally it's here at our house, me and Austin's house. We'll practice. We have a back garage. We'll play back there. Um, but yeah, recently this past year, it's been very difficult because we've been gigging up to try and fundraise and get money. So our practices are like shows. Every other weekend is a show or two. So we have like roughly 3 to 4 shows a month.
Okay.
The past year it's been like that. And it's been crazy. But yeah, those have been our practices. So we're pretty up to speed in that sense. I mean, because we play so much. So like we're not like falling back, but we are like having trouble getting like new songs out because of that, or getting new songs playable during the set because of it. But yeah, we don't practice too often. We're trying to fix that once we come back from Texas next month. Then I'm pretty sure we're going to try and change that for a little bit. But we do also still have funding after that too, so who knows how that's going to go.
All right, man. Cool. What's going on in Texas? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're good. We're recording. We leave in a week. We the day our Kickstarter ends is the day that we leave to go to Texas to go record the album that we have right now.
All right. Cool. Cool.
Very nice. Now, the releases that we know that you have so far, this one, I picked this one up
Oh yeah,
at one of your shows a while back.
yes.
In Odd We Trust, 2016, Pandas in the Pandemic, or in Pandemic 2021,
Mhm.
and songs we wrote in high school, which was 2024,
Right.
including the new one that you have coming out that Jose will touch base on.
Mhm.
Normally, we'd ask everybody else what the roles in the band are, but we already know what your role is. Please tell us about the first time when you heard ska music. What bands did you hear about?
Oh yeah. Well, I have a really cool story because, like I told you guys, I started with my buddy Tony. Um, well, back in middle school, the first time I heard ska was really from him. We traded CDs. He gave me his Sublime CDs. So Sublime was actually my first introduction, and then I gave him my Gorillaz CD,
Mm.
and we both kind of took those, and we grew from there. But yeah, Sublime was my first introduction, and then I got really into like punk music more than anything, and then I kind of got brought into ska a little bit more from learning about Real Big Fish through punk music, and then from Real Big Fish I got into like a lot more like deeper ska punk, like Operation Ivy and Evil Empire, and like a lot of like the UK bands that were out at that time. And yeah, from there it just kept evolving, and I kept getting into all different forms of ska that I enjoy. There's ska core and rock steady and some trad ska and stuff like that, and I'm a lover of all of it. I am very picky but I have loves in every single bit of the subgenres. So yeah.
Yeah, and you can hear it in your music, totally, man.
Good. You're gonna hear it a lot more in the new stuff, that's for sure. We're gonna
Yes,
touch on some rock steady roots a little bit, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot more like a dynamic horn section. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice.
nice.
Mhm.
Now I want to share my screen. Let's see here. Uh, boom, and talk about your logo. Can you see that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot going on. It looks like it's like a Sublime logo, right?
yes
Can you
sir.
talk about like the different aspects of this image?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely,
like this
absolutely.
nail polish, a panda, the
Yeah, this
AE.
it
Yeah.
was based off of the Sublime Sun, obviously, because they were another just a SoCal ska punk band. But not only that, they I feel like they were very I guess the way you could say it is like they're very like hood or very not very privileged, right?
Right.
And a lot of our band, we kind of have a similar upbringing and like our circles and stuff like that. We're very like always doing the hood rat shit sometimes. That was us growing up and stuff
Gotcha.
like that. So it has a lot of that influence. We started in Hemet, so obviously the Welcome to Hemet.
Yeah. You
Um,
got suicidal right here.
yeah, that now
Suicidal tendencies, or
that suicidal hat and face is actually reminiscent of our friend who passed away,
oh,
which is the person we dedicate our cover to of Better Off Alone. And like when he passed, he was such a big influence on the Inland Empire scene. I tattooed, I think, like maybe 70 people now, his face on 70 people.
wow.
And other tattooists did that too. There's like had such a huge impact. We had a huge fest for him. And yeah, he was just a really cool guy. So his memory, I wanted to
Hmm.
encapsulate on the image too. Other than that, I mean, like the substances too. I mean, we smoke a lot, so the blunts are on there.
Yeah.
Tabs. I got really in mushrooms, of course. I got really into psychedelics, and psychedelics, I believe, saved my life in
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of ways. We can also be very cutesy and kawaii, so we do love like the cute little panda. So I made that cute little kawaii panda thing.
Okay.
We love our alcohol, so I added the beer, of course. Um,
The,
the
the
A and E
AE.
the A and E stand for Anarchy and Equality. It's a
Cool.
it's a punk thing. It's a DIY punk kind of imagery, and a lot of those people will get it. It's also tattooed on the back of my arms. A and E,
Really?
Anarchy and Equality. Yeah. I put the Days and Days fish on there because those are also tattooed on me twice on the nose of it.
Mhm.
Days and Days has been a huge influence for us, and some of our best shows were playing with some of them. So I definitely put that on there. The little tattoos on the mushrooms too, like i.e.
Uh,
the Empire,
yeah. It's,
the tattoo machine because I'm a tattoo apprentice. The old TOA logo, coffee because we love coffee, the Triforce because we're nerds and stuff like that. The Against All Authority logo is on there too, and then yeah, the rainbow because we're allies, and the upside down cross to scare away, Christians or non-open-minded people who would
yeah.
not, align themselves with allies or people who are just different, and we love our degeneracy and our degenerate friends and stuff like that. Uh, and
Awesome.
and yeah, so that pretty much encapsulates the logo. And if you look at it too, it's the shape of it is the TOA. It's our regular symbol, but that's what the shape of the sun is based around.
Okay. T. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
Which is
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
this symbol, right?
yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right. Cool.
Oh,
All right.
very
Let me
cool.
just take this off the screen now. There you go. That's awesome, bro. That's
That
way
is.
cool
That's
to put
really.
all that stuff in that image.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really fun. It was
How
Yeah.
long? How long did that take to create?
Oh man, I worked on it for like a few days, but hour wise, I think probably like maybe like it's like 6, 7 hours, maybe 8 hours
Oh,
uh,
that's not bad.
of
Not too bad.
drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get that tattooed on yourself?
Maybe, maybe
That's a,
I got the Sublime Sun tattooed.
Oh, nice.
oh, maybe on the other side then, huh?
Hell
Maybe?
no, I'm
No.
all
Now he
Oh.
has that room.
Oh, you got no room.
I ain't got no room. Maybe
Oh
somewhere
You
man.
could
else.
be like Post Malone and stuff. You could put it all over your face.
Right, exactly, exactly. Yeah, once I run out of space.
You could rent out space maybe on somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But
true. That's true. That's true. That's right.
should bring your machine to shows and just tat up some kids.
I have people ask, Esteban from Malamosca. He
This
asked
guy?
he asked me multiple times to do it. I'm actually gonna tattoo him, I think, on the day I come back from Texas. He has an idea that he wants me to tattoo on him. And yeah, I reach out to him for like advice and stuff like that. And so he's always really cool about it. So I'm gonna tattoo him when I come back.
Very
Nice.
nice. Very nice. Can you tell us about the scene in your area of
I
Hemet
bet-
and what bands are in your area? What's the whole scene? The camaraderie?
Yeah,
Tell us
yeah.
about
It's a serious melting pot out here in the Inland Empire. And that's what I love about it. Truly, if you go to a show out here, it's often a multi-genre showcase. Um, uh, we play with like very like hardcore bands, very like soft bands, very a lot of differentiation when it comes to music out here. Not a lot of ska punk, but there's a lot more now, and I think we've had a little bit of an influence on it. I feel like a lot of the people who are doing it kind of associate with us, and
mm,
um, I think we helped bring a lot more ska and stuff into this scene, which is really cool. But it's basically a punk scene where everybody's invited in the Inland Empire. So yeah, we have friends who are like in this grungecore band, Happy and Hemet, we're really close with. And they're like insane, and like people don't think we go together, but the energy that we bring is very similar. I was actually inspired by their energy a lot, watching them playing shows. Um, our genres are really different, but yeah, you can learn from just about anybody out here. It's really cool in that sense. Very, very, very melting potty.
nice.
nice.
Now, now the song "Trust Issue" is such a skank, bro. What's the story behind the lyrics? And your music video in that song is all shot in black and white and in smoky room. It looks like it's what's the idea of that? It looks like it's a practice room jam session with fans.
So yeah, no, that was the video was a session that we did with a friend who hit us up to do this little video session, like um where they would, we'd play a couple songs and they would make a video out of each song basically. And they offered to have us invite people, and we invited people. And yeah, it ended up being really cool. I love that video that they made for us. It's really
Yeah,
super dope.
yeah.
The song itself, though, was a song that Eddie, our old trumpet player slash vocalist, he wrote a long time ago, a while ago when we were like starting out in like 2015, 2014 era.
Mm,
And we kind of just expanded on it together when we were writing that album. And I feel like he wrote about a lot of things that, I think for him, it was like relationship trauma. He had some relationship trauma, a very tragic relationship for him. Um, and also, I think he's talking about some of even his close friends too. And I
mm,
very similar for me as well, talking about even like some of the close people that and your enemies, and like
mm.
just the correlation of having trust issues with either, um, and how that can uh, feel. I think a lot of the times when we write a song, like we're trying to encapsulate a feeling. And I feel like that one, the lyrics are, vague enough and broad enough, but specific enough to that emotion to where we're
Mm.
trying to capture that feeling of having trust issues and what that could mean for multiple relationships. And again, yeah, he's talking about more like I feel like a loving relationship and his close friends, me maybe more so my friends, my enemies, and so on and so forth. But yeah, trying to just capture that feeling of the song that we were making, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Now, I think I'm not sure if this was the video that you were talking about, the Bridge City sessions that we noticed. How did that
Oh,
all come about?
This one was the Blue Beach sessions.
Got it.
yeah.
Blue Beach sessions for that one. The Bridge City sessions. I just saw a lot of really cool bands doing the Bridge City sessions, and I wanted to do it. And this is when we started like really like doing some shit too. Like I really wanted to get the band moving and doing some stuff. So like I just started saying like, you know what, we're just gonna do it. And one of those things that we were gonna do is just go to Portland and get this nice video session done. And it ended up working out really great for us. We got a lot of views. I mean,
Mhm.
uh, and they came out pretty good. To be honest, I'm not very proud of those old videos as much anymore, because we've come such a long way. I really want to do another one and just overshadow everything that was. That's the hard part about being around for so long, is that we have grown a lot, and a lot of those old videos in our old discography don't really show our growth right now. So I want to fix those. But yeah, that was a big milestone for us going out to those sessions, and those things only did good for us. It kept us looking active. It kept us tight, and with a project, with something to look forward to. I always try and have something for the band to look forward to,
Mm.
no matter what. And those were just some projects that we had. Yeah.
Awesome.
Was
Now,
that with the Bridge City sessions? Was that something? Because the only other band I know that had done that was is Los Malhablados.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
mhm.
was it Eric that hooked you up with that, or do you know Eric?
No, we did that session far before them, I think, or
Oh,
like a
okay.
year or two
Oh,
before them. We I saw, I think it was either Days and Days, or what was it? What are they called? Bridge City Sinners. Days and Days or Bridge City Sinners. I saw them do it,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then I saw that they do like other bands, and like I saw that they were like, oh, reach out, get your session done. I was like, okay, let's do that. And yeah, and that was basically, I saw some cool bands doing it, and I was like, all right, I want to do that.
that's awesome,
Is,
bro.
is it like a paid thing or something? Like do you pay them to do it, or
Yeah, you
don't
pay
they do
them to
everything?
do it. You pay them
And
to do it. You pay them per song, per production of the song.
got it.
They'll do like a 3 to 5 in a day shoot, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Now you just recently had a show at Chappie's in Hemet, with Nagra Azul, Tina Fake, and
Yep.
Sonar, yeah,
Mhm.
for your birthday show, right?
Yeah.
And album fundraiser. Now, how did that show go? Did it help you raise money for funds for your album? And if you can talk about your Kickstarter as well, I see that there will be 4 days left of the Kickstarter as when I upload the video of
Mhm.
this interview. And last time I checked, it is at 64.7% completed of the $3,000 pledged.
Yes. Yes. So yeah. Well, that show was awesome. I feel like I narrowly escaped alcohol poisoning. I drank so much, and that bar is like our home base a little bit. We kind of have like an unspoken residency there. We play like at least once every other month, and they're just one of the places that will actually like pay us to throw a show there. So I just put all the funds. I asked the bands if they would donate a performance, and all those bands did. I did pay Negra Azul because I asked for them last minute because my touring band dropped. I had a No Soap Radio on, but I did. Negra Azul came in clutch, and they came
Nice.
last minute, and they killed it. They did a great job, and everybody loved them. So I shout out to those guys, and my friends in Sonar and Tina Fake. So those are all awesome, and the show went great. Show was awesome. It popped off.
Yeah.
Chappies is like playing in a very small hallway, and it's very intimate, but everybody hears you, and it's really just it was awesome. It was actually really cool. It was really cool. I don't remember if we sold any merch. I don't remember much. I was very drunk, frighteningly
Right.
drunk. But it was ended up being, yeah, a really really good show, and we ended up raising a little bit of cash out of it too,
Nice.
aside from the show money. Um, and then and yeah, other than that, yeah, we are on our Kickstarter right now. We are attempting to raise $3,000 to help us with probably like maybe like I would say like a fourth or a third of the cost of the actual money that we're spending
Oh,
for this album because a lot of the things going into it are travel, lodging, um, uh, and mixing, mastering, the studio time itself, um, and just all a bunch of other little small things in between. It costs a lot of money, and we just want a little bit of help, and that's what the Kickstarter is all about. Is just getting a little bit of help to get where we got to go. We're not asking for everybody to pay for everything and all that stuff. We're just asking for a little bit of help and giving some limited edition merch. That's when I dropped this logo, and those are going to be on the shirts. Those limited edition shirts. Those shirt designs and the way they are will
uh,
only be available like that through the Kickstarter. Other than that, they will be different in the future if we ever do them again. This is a high quality like shirt run from Beam Me Up Ska Tees. Also partnering with Ska Box. We love Ska Box. They're our friend.
yes, we love catalogs.
They're amazing. They're so cool ever since we met them. They've just been nothing but loving and supporting. I love the Skybox family. And yeah, so partnering with those people is just super important to us. And it's just really cool. You know, we have a lot of people who believe in us, and this is just trying to see if we can gain a little bit of extra help in doing this. And from what it's looking like right now, it looks like we'll kind of barely make it. But
Yeah.
whatever we can't put get there in the last day, I'll probably just have to pull out from the band fund and just so we can at least take whatever we can. But it's looking like I mean today we did really good. We did a little push and we got a little bit more fundage in there. I think yeah, it pushed us up to that 64-65% mark. Um, and a couple more of those bigger donations and we'll
Yeah.
be in the clear. We're very close right now, but yeah, we're gonna make sure we follow through no matter what. We're gonna get everybody all of their perks that they donated for and all that stuff. But yeah, that's the mission. Save some money.
Nice. Nice. I just see right now you're at $2,079 now, so you went up a little.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
we did
So
go up a little bit today.
yeah, and what kind of package do you have? I know there's you're a backer for 110 or 111.
Oh, so well, we have a few. We have the patch and sticker bundle where you get some of the new designs and the patches and stickers. We also have a discography CD, so
Yeah.
the 10-year compilation CD from everything that we've had up to now. And then we have the shirts as well. We have a tricolor that's going to be the more expensive one on a higher quality tee. And then we have the single color where you can choose your own design or your own color for the design. We have the Ska Box, obviously. You can get a Ska Box. And then we have the All of It bundle where you can get all of the above. Everything that I said, you can get all of it for $111, which is just really good. Yeah, everything on that deal. And then I think $300 for a live performance in Southern
Oh,
California.
oh yes, that's right.
Uh-huh. Where we'll bring our PA and play an hour set at least in Southern California. And we could talk details about other places, but yeah, that's also another thing on there. And then the $400 is the record a cover. So we have a home studio where we record our demos and stuff, and we're offering to do a cover of any song in our style for $400. We'll put all the time and effort into it, get all the members on it, and make our version of any song for $400. We'll record it, we'll give it to you, and maybe even release it ourselves. But yeah, those are all the perks. That's what's
All right, cool, man.
So any song, even like "Close to Me" by the Carpenters.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. We will do absolutely anything. We have one backer on that so far, and I can't wait to get started on their cover.
Man, I wish I had the funds for something like that. Maybe a Sky
Right,
History hour.
right,
Pull out
right.
of the Ska History Hour funds.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all our funds, negative funds. Oh, you got a question, Daryl?
Yeah. So your band that you guys in your area, there's like a big. I'm not sure how you classify it, like a Latin ska core scene.
Yeah, well, I'm
There.
more so in Los Angeles, but yes, In Latin America too, there's a big one, but in Los Angeles as well, because there's a huge Latin community.
Mhm.
And we got adopted into that scene in like 2016, 2015, I think, by a few friends. And since then, we've always been a part of it. And they've always showed us a lot of love for some reason, and that's actually a huge um, inspiration to this current album is that Latin ska core scene. There's a song on here that's actually a love letter to the LA ska scene
Oh,
out there.
nice.
But yeah, it's like our LA is our second home out here. The Inland Empire is our scene and like where we grew up and the scene that we're conquering, for lack of a better phrase. And then the Los Angeles scene is a scene that we're just very closely tied to. I actually just booked another one out there. We're doing an anti-ice benefit show
Mm.
on the 16th of next month. We're going to be playing at a Bricks Bar with a
Oh,
couple other like Latin ska homies out there and stuff like that. And yeah, the scene out there is huge. It's the best ska scene in the world. Ask anybody who's played there, been there. It's the best ska scene alive.
yes,
Uh,
I gotta agree with you, Red. The
yeah,
vibes there are like, out of this world.
it's yeah, it's
Possibly
crazy.
out the roof or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It is crazy. It's a good scene.
yeah,
Very active.
it is.
Awesome.
Now, a lot of your songs are what Mikey Rood would call an earworm, especially the song "Skank Party." Can you tell us a bit about the song in this and yeah and did you have yeah go yeah
Yeah. The song "Skank Party." That's one of the songs that I actually didn't write. I wrote my verse, and then I had a lot of influence on it in the recording process. But that one was primarily written by, I believe, my our old guitarist and founding member Tony, and a little bit of another old guitarist, Chris Tracy. I think he had some influence, very small influence, but yeah, it was written by them. It was just basically just a party ska song. We were all about partying and we liked the ska party vibes and we wanted to kind of recreate that. Um, and we did pretty successfully, I think. The song itself went through a lot of changes. The original song was not as fun as the final product. And again, the final product, I'm still like, I wish I could have done so much more with it. Those songs are awesome though. I'm glad we ended up getting them out and moved on from them. I'm happy to move on from them. I'm happy that they're out. But I do like them, and I think that's been a goal of ours is to make earworms, is to make things that stick in your brain.
hmm hmm hmm
I always want to make a chorus or a line or a melody that's going to be remembered, whether it's dumb or not or cringy or not. I want people to remember it one way or another. And yeah, Skink Party is going back to like trying to capture a feeling. We really
hmm
wanted to capture that feeling of just being like, you know, a degenerate at a ska party wanting to get a girl or just play with your band and talk about your band and stuff like that. And yeah, those
yeah.
were, yeah, it was a vibe. So
Cool. And I did have my next question in that sense, and that's why I kind of messed up. I did have a pleasure of listening to a couple of your new songs. One mentions being fucked up, which was a wicked Spanish rap in it, and the second song mentions like a skating backwards. That song is organized chaos. I love it. How did these songs come into fruition?
yeah, this whole album is it's crazy how this album was written. We've never written an album like this. I um I wrote the majority of this album. I made the
Mhm.
skeleton of it, and then I had two other members who really made it what it was and brought it to life. One being Austin, our bassist, who actually wrote the majority of the distortion, if not all of the distortion parts on the album. And then Juan, who is our drummer, who writes a lot of the rhythms, but is also the secondary vocalist now in the band.
Oh,
We don't have, we had three vocalists prior. We lost two of them, me being the only one remaining. And then our drummer stepped up. I've been meaning to write with him for a long time. And we basically just said, like, fuck it, we're going to write together, and TOA is going to be us basically writing. It's going to be our voices, and so there's going to be a lot of Spanish. There's going to be a lot more like rap
Yeah.
influence on this album, and yeah, Juan has a lot of Spanish flows ready for this album.
Dude, I
um,
love his flow, bro. Oh man.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's a killer. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's truly awesome. And so yeah, I mean the way we wrote these, I mean a couple of them are very strange. I wrote the one that I sent you, Skank Backwards. That's our love letter to the Los Angeles ska scene, because Skanking Backwards originates from Los Angeles and that scene. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, and it's such a prevalent thing out there, and it made an impact on us. The song itself, the music from it, I actually listened to Skankenstein by I can't remember what they're called. If you look up Skankenstein, like
The Loafers.
so I can't remember their name, but if you listen to Skankenstein, it's a very deep bass line, ba doom doom doom, ba doom doom doom, and then the horns follow, ba dum bum bum. So I wanted a song that it's by Scapital Sound, yeah, by Scapital Sound,
Okay.
Skankenstein. But I wanted a song like that with a melody that we could just kind of like riff off of, like a deep doomy kind of melody that we could just riff off of and have fun with. And because of that, I was playing around with that bass line, and I mixed up their bass line that they played, and I got that ba 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 ba, and I just kind of took that and ran with it. Wani came up with the idea for Skank Backwards and the woes, and then Austin came up with some really cool breakdown, and yeah, from there we just kind of just developed it like that, and then the other one, Fucked Up, was a wild card too. Austin actually my bassist brought up those chords. And then we jammed on it one night, me, him, and Juan, because we also have another project called Rasta Cali, Juan's Latin reggae project. And we were practicing for that, but we were also just jamming. And then he busted out those chords, and then I came up with the bass line. So Austin came up with the chord progressions for that song.
Mhm.
I came up with the bass lines. Wani came up with the rhythms, and we kept those things that we practiced with that night. I got an audio recording of it. We kept those, and for a week I was like thinking of words for it, and I came up with like wanting like a fucked up anthem I wanted to have, because for a long time I like a lot of bands who have like they'll talk about like either like they'll talk about like the what they do when they get fucked up or whatever and stuff like that. And I feel like we didn't have like an anthem like that yet. And I really like fucked up anthems. So I wanted to make our own fucked up anthem, something for people to chant, something for people to kind of go dumb to, but also be very impressive. So we made it a little more technical throughout the song. But yeah, that's kind of how that came about.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wanted
Now,
that.
have you ever tried skanking backwards? Do you know how to skate backwards?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Me and
I got.
me and Juan have been skanking backwards for years now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I gotta try it. I mean,
Oh yeah, you just watch some people doing it, and you'll catch on. It's
oh
not.
no, I see it.
Yeah.
I'm in the pit, but I'm old school. I'm like skanking hard. I'm not stomping, but I
Yeah.
do my side little thing. I do a little turn, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta get
Skanking
to doing the
backwards.
backward now.
You can do it. I know you can do it.
Oh yeah,
It's not that hard. It's like
yeah,
you're skipping backwards.
yeah.
Just like with a little bit of a kick.
Right.
It's fun though. I love it.
I'm thinking like you gotta have a sense of direction too, right?
Oh yeah.
You
You're
gotta know.
gonna
Okay,
step
here's
on
the
some
pit.
toes.
Yeah.
Literally, you're gonna
So
step on some toes.
yeah, yeah, most definitely. Uh,
Now, I see you have a upcoming show November 1st in in
Oh
the I
yes,
guess you would call it the high desert.
correct.
Um, looks like you've got some good bands on there. You guys are playing for somebody named Skankin Force Media
Hmm.
and Sucka Punch Productions. How did
Yep.
this all come about? And who is Skankin Force?
Well, I was hit up by somebody on this podcast to do this show, and I was actually really excited about it because they said some names of our friends, and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." And we love coming to play the High Desert. We love coming to play the High Desert a lot. Sucker Punch gets us up there quite a bit. I owe Sucker Punch a lot for that. He really has pushed us out there, and we have our own little following out there, which is really cool. So the High Desert has always been a really cool spot for us, and we even have some friend bands up there and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I mean, I love the idea, and we love coming up there, and I couldn't say no. Yeah, I wanted to go.
Yeah, thank you so much for agreeing. Now, it's gonna be my first show under Skate Force Media.
Hell yeah,
So
man!
yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be great too. I think the bands you got are gonna kick ass. Yeah, I think it's gonna
yeah, I hope so, man. I'm gonna have a contest, costume contest, out
be
there. I got Scott Box. She donated some Scott boxes for the winners,
nice.
and yeah, so yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I hope.
Hell yeah, dude. No, I think you will. I think we will. It'll be a great time.
Yes, yes.
I'll make sure of it too. Let me know if you need anything. We'll make sure it happens.
All right, man. Yeah. Now, do you have any crazy stories about any like weird venues or different like crowds that you are used to?
Hmm. Um. Well, I got plenty of stories. But the let's think. So I mean, I would say when we've gone to Vegas for to play with my buddy my buddy's show, Trombo the Clown. He has a show in Vegas at the Double Down Saloon, this punk bar, and it's a crazy show with like there's drinking, there's nudity, there's
Oh,
self harm. There's blood, there's puke, there's it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. But we've gone the last 2 years for his birthday celebration, and it's always it's wild. It's wild. I recommend it to anybody. You know, if you hear that Trombo's birthday show is coming up, you should go. But also, he does that very frequently out there. I think like every week he does a showcase, or like every other week. At the Double Down Saloon, but it's something you will never forget. It's something you'll
yeah.
never forget. He really does put on a great show. Last time he had Tape Face. I don't know if you know who that was.
No, I. Oh, oh yes, tape piece. Yes.
Yeah, who was on America's Got Talent or whatever.
Right.
He made a surprise performance. We were there playing in between acts and stuff like that. There's burlesque, male and female burlesque. So that's a show and something that I recommend to anyone who just wants a crazy night.
Uh,
The it's called the Wheel of Fuckery, and it's amazing. And his birthday show, Wheel of Fuckery, is something else, and that's what we play. We come out there and we'll do like maybe like 4 sets of like 3 songs in between things, and it's great. We just saw everybody gets drunk and just has a really good night and all that stuff. Um, Other than that, though, like scenes, I mean, the LA scene is crazy. It can be just as dangerous as it is crazy. Like there will be, we've heard like gunshots outside of a show
wow.
sometimes, or somebody will threaten, violence with a gun or a knife or whatever. We've had our equipment stolen in Los Angeles multiple times. Now,
Oh man.
I caught somebody trying to steal one of our bases. Um, yeah, it can be very dangerous out there at certain points and at certain venues with certain promoters, but not everybody and not all the time. There it has its places, but we like play like Watts and Compton a lot, and yeah, out there, there's always going to be some shady people that want to pull through to the party too. The scene normally is really good. The scene normally is really like uplifting and doesn't fuck with that shit, but there's still those people out there you got to watch out for, especially when we play those shows.
Mm,
And yeah, just like when it comes to like crazy scenes, like we've played a lot of places, but like nothing's gotten crazier than some of our house shows out here. One show in particular, a show we played with Operation No One Knows from Los Angeles and Hans Gruber and the Diehards. When the first time I booked them out here in Southern California, we had a insane night where people were swinging from the tree. We had this backyard packed with 200 kids. listening to some of the best ska music around at that time, and it was insane. Kurt got hit in the face twice. He got hit. He had a black eye, and this one, I think he had a black eye the day before too. It just got worse. He got hit in the face twice by like a kid, and then also a guitar. Poor Kurt. Videos of those like kids swinging from the tree, climbing the tree, and like there was like a one of the bands ended up like breaking their guitar because this one dude was bugging him and stuff like that, and just like yeah, it's just our scene out here is pretty crazy. We got a lot of good shows when they go good. You know, when there's a good show every now and again, there's some really good shows. Our scene gets pretty wild. Normally pretty respectful, but it can get a little crazy. The house shows are where it's at down here in the Inland Empire. That's for sure.
Now, I heard in the past that there was the show at Solaris where they had to change their policy because of, I guess, Nazi skinheads going to the shows or something. Now,
Well, yeah.
what was going on there?
So I mean, yeah, they changed their policies for multiple reasons, but one of the huge factors that went into this was that there was two big shows, two big punk shows, um, that Nazis started showing up to.
Oh.
In the more southern parts of the Inland Empire, it's a lot more whitewashed, like Temecula and Murrieta and Menifee and stuff like that. And they're nowadays the bigots are starting to get a little bit more confident. And so we're seeing a resurgence out here in literal Nazis coming back to shows when like prior to this they had been too scared to come around. The previous scenes had done a really good job at keeping them out and keeping them scared, and they're starting to get ballsy, and they came out and they got in fights and they threatened people and all this stuff, and yeah, I don't blame the venue at all for them not, you know, being able to stop it, because the way that Solaris was a very like 50-50 split. They would just be in the bar and handle the bar, and then the promoters would handle security and handle the show. But now that's no longer a thing. And I think they just have a lot of stricter policies now. And one of the policies that really screwed me over was the performers having to be 21 plus now. Now that wasn't in response to the Nazis. That was in response to bands and people around the bands and fans taking advantage of the drink ticket system and getting and giving drinks to underage kids and stuff like that, which they warned me about, which apparently never happened at my shows, which was really cool. But I work with a lot of bands that like have a lot of like underage performers, or like, you know, the startups in the scene, the young kids in the scene, including Skaldic, who came down to tour. One of their players, the show that I was throwing for them there, was under 21, and it was a huge bummer because that policy change came right before that. And not only that, I had two other bands, two young upstart bands out here, Monkey Brains and the London System, and they're all under 21. And so it just kind of those policy changes that were pushed for many reasons just ended up, you know, it really hurts the scene now, you know. So yeah, there's less shows over there. They're costing more now. So there's more money into it, and it's just like now it's just like I can't do that, you know.
That's unfortunate, bro.
Yeah, so I just and I love Solaris and their beer and their the people there. They're awesome. They're all great people. But yeah, that was a huge bummer. And I think shows have been going back on there now very lightly. If I remember, I haven't looked into it too much, but I think, and I hope that they start picking it back up again, because yeah, I know there was other people trying to get more shows out there, but again, a lot of kids who want to come down, you know, and you know, the all ages shows are where a scene lives, you know. Everybody can come, so it's just a bummer.
Yeah, that's
So I take it
unfortunate.
that's the reason why Skaldic had to move the show to LA.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's why I ended up having a friend who was willing to take over, and let my friends play and stuff like that. So and it ended up our shout out to Matt from 33rd Hill. He took over that and let it happen, which he's amazing. And I think he was the one who actually bought the private performance from us. I think he's gonna use that,
Oh,
which is really cool. So
That's cool.
so yeah,
that's awesome, bro.
he's amazing.
Oh, shout out to 33rd Hill, man.
Yeah, 33rd Hill, they're
Is
awesome.
that the guy that we saw outside when
Yeah,
we
I think that
yeah,
is an
the
individual
owner?
we saw
Okay.
that was accepting no fee or fee to go
Yep,
into.
yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Matt
yeah.
is awesome.
That, yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yep.
Now I want to ask you about the cover song. You have Alice DJ. I saw on social media, dude. I was like, oh, I love Alice DJ, man.
hmm
Yeah, man. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And it's coming up on the new album, right?
Yes, it is.
The name is
Yeah,
Do you think you're better off alone? I think it is.
yeah, yes. Better off alone. That song is first of all, it's a lot of EDM is so translatable to ska, and I grew up on a lot of EDM. I was a big techno head, or even like dubstep head too back in the day. Like I still love a lot of EDM.
Drum
Uh,
and bass,
yeah,
jungle.
drum and bass, hardstyle, and stuff like that. Daft Punk is one of my favorite all-time favorite music groups ever.
Hmm.
And I, in fact, I would plan to see more of it from us too. We're gonna do some more covers. We already have a plan to do a few electronic covers in the
Cool.
future because they mesh so well. That cover in particular was an idea that wasn't my idea initially, but became my idea because my bassist forgot about it. He was sitting on the couch one day and he was messing with chords and he was playing ska chords and all of a sudden he was like, oh, but da 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 da. He was like, hey, wouldn't that sound cool? And I was like, yeah, dude, that would sound cool. And then we messed around with it for a minute and was like, okay, cool. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, yeah, dude, we got to do that cover. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he was like, that cover that Alice DJ. But he's like, what? What do you mean? Like, no, I don't think so, dude. Like, I think you're wrong about this. Like, I don't think it's right. And I was like, no, you're wrong. This is cool. That song was meant to be a ska song, dude. And like, I fought like three members on it. They were like, no, like we're like, no, we're not really gonna do this, are we? No, it's not gonna sound that cool. No. And then we did it at a practice, and I like went over the parts that I wanted everybody to do. I was like, oh no, we're gonna have a breakdown here, and like watch, we're gonna do some like ska like build-ups and stuff like that, and it's gonna fucking kill. And everybody by the end of it was like, okay, all right, this is really cool. And that's been the sentiment to everybody who hears it when they hear us play it. They're like, that is amazing. And it's the most requested thing we've ever had for people to be like, where can I listen to this?
Yes.
Where can I stream this song? How can I stream your cover of this song? And yeah, we've never been so bombarded by people asking for that song. And we now dedicate it to Jesse, like I mentioned a while ago, our friend who passed away, because that was his favorite song of ours. He heard it at this fest we played it at before he passed, and he would tell everybody about how awesome that song was in that cover because he had recently got into that song, and he loved it. He loved it. So yeah, we dedicate that to him every single time we play it.
Nice.
And yeah, it just ended up being really freaking cool. The idea ended up coming together really well. Yeah.
Nice, man. There.
Now, what are your current favorite ska and or punk bands?
Oh, good question. Current favorite ska or punk bands. I'd have to say, in the punk vein, it's very kind of weird, like alternative punk, but like Viagra Boys. I really like the Viagra Boys right now. They're super dope. Um, Also, I would say who else? A local band I really like right now. I need to listen to some of their stuff. But I just saw them the other day. They're called Was WAS, which We Ain't Shit, I think it stands for. But they got some really cool songs. I really like them. And like ska bands, I'm enthralled by so many ska bands. But I would say La Pobresca from Los Angeles is like one of my all-time favorite bands. And I've been listening to them more and more. But Yeah, they're amazing. One of the best blends of metal and ska and like even like hip hop and stuff like that. They're a huge inspiration for us. I'm also stuck on a song from the Skajeks in Austin, Texas. Taken from the start. Really, really good song. We're playing with them on the 26th out in Austin.
Nice.
And yeah, I love that. I love them. And yeah, I think those are like my tops right now. Those are like my tops right now, I think. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. Cool. Now talking about La Pobresca, you just played with them just recently on June 1st with also Out of Control Army. Now, how was that to play with Out of Control Army?
That was an amazing show. That was an amazing show. Truly an awesome show. We had a great time. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. Just the energy was there. The one thing I will say is the venue was kind of shit.
What was it?
It was
Where was it at again?
I don't even know what it's called.
I'm gonna look it up again.
It's L something, but it's a club. It's
It
like
starts with
a
a C. It all.
yeah, El Calientino or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a club. It's a club
Okay.
venue, but it had little to no AC, so it's just this
Oh,
like hot
terrible.
box of sweat, which was awful, and there was no ins and outs
Oh,
for people, which
I
was
just like
just like
that.
it was just awful, and the water wasn't free. There was no free water, which is
No free
legal,
water? How
which is
can you have no
fucking
free water?
illegal. It is
It's illegal. How can you
illegal.
say that?
It's illegal. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that pissed me the
Oh,
fuck off. But
oh man.
I love the promoters, so I didn't like I said something about the venue. I didn't say anything about the promoter, but it was just because it was the venue's fault. It was the venue's fault.
Oh,
But other than that, it was amazing. There was a lot of people there. We had a really good crowd. We had a lot of really good reception.
and how
Juan,
did?
our drummer, also he freestyles. So he freestyled for like two of the bands that were up there, Cerebro
Oh,
and La Pobresca. He does a lot of like freestyles on with them and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was fun. Yeah.
nice. How did you get on that bill too? Like who?
I think just um it's crazy. I think Sucker Punch and Concrete Jungle were the ones throwing it or whatever. Sucker
Right.
Punch knows us and like gets us on a lot of stuff. But I think this was mostly Concrete show, and Concrete had been reaching out to us a lot more recently. Concrete had ignored us for like years. We did like one or two shows with them back in the day, and it went really well. And then we hadn't heard from Concrete in a long time. But there's also this thing with like Concrete and Evo Core, the two big LA promoters. They were at odds, and I think they still are
Oh,
at odds.
oh,
So Evo Core was booking us for a long time, but now Evo Core is not doing much. And then
yeah, I
so
noticed that.
Concrete started picking us up again, and so we just got the offer from Concrete. I think Concrete, one of the dudes from it, at least Z, I think Z. There's a couple guys from Concrete, not the main guy, but the guy in La Pobresca. Z saw us, and I think he really liked us, and he started like vibing with our stuff, and he's like, "Oh, okay, you guys are pretty good now. You know, you guys can come out." And started hitting us up some more, and they threw us some dates, and we did some dates for them. And then we haven't heard from them in a minute now, but yeah, Concrete knows what's up with us. They know that we'll bring the party, and yeah,
Mm,
that was one of those shows where we brought it,
awesome.
and yeah, yeah,
Cool.
That is cool.
yeah.
Daryl?
Go ahead with yours, and then
Okay,
I'll
sure.
come
All right,
back.
so I have one last question now. Imagine the viewers of Scott History Hour have never heard of The Odd Advantage. Which track should they queue up and why?
Good question. In our discography, I would say either Good Day or Trust Issues. I just think those are like the best songs that we have out that are recorded, for sure. I like those songs a lot, and I'm really proud of those ones. Out of a lot of our discography, I think they're just like more complete. They're full, and they're a great listen. I think they showcase what we're capable of in a lot of ways on
Mm,
those songs. So yeah, Good Day, great uplifting song, our most popular song that's released actually, and then Trust Issues, which is a little bit darker,
mm,
minor key ish, really fun though. So I would say like those kind of encapsulate a lot of our band. Or like How Far Is Too Far Too is another one that I would say like encapsulates a lot of what we have out right now. Again, I would say though, wait for the new stuff. The new stuff is going to be a million times better, and I can't wait. I can't wait for it.
Yes, I can't wait either, man. I had a little taste of it, and I want more.
Hell yeah.
Now, since we know that ska does not pay the bills, do you care to share what your primary occupation is?
Oh yeah. I'm a dog trainer and also a part-time tattooist.
Very nice. That keep you pretty busy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a father too. Um, so yeah, I'm always doing something. I am never not busy, and I'm never not tired.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah, but my jobs are fulfilling though. I do love doing what I do. I love everything about it. I love helping dogs and families. I love art and tattooing. So it's really cool. So yeah.
Very nice.
Nice.
Hmm.
Now, I know that you um, touched on this sort of with one of Jose's questions, but we didn't talk about any horror stories when you're actually on tour, or
Hmm.
was it just that one incident that there was?
No,
But anything when you're on another state, anything crazy happen, car breakdown, fight,
um,
anything like that?
Oh, remember Left Behind?
yeah, I mean, okay, I'm trying to think of like horror stories. I mean, we've had some stuff on the road. Like we had one show where we actually drove out to go play Double Down Saloon. Not for the Wheel of Fuckery, but in Vegas. We were driving to Vegas and we had, I think, three cars. And the car with all of our horn players lost a tire,
Oh shit.
and we weren't able to get them to the show. So we played as a four piece for the first time ever. We did a four piece with just drums, bass, guitar, vocals, and it
Oh,
actually went over pretty well. I mean, but it was a nightmare though, especially for them. I mean, for us, we ended up making it. It wasn't terrible, but that was awful. We've had like we had a big fallout on our last tour. Our drummer was going through some stuff, and we have a lot of wise guys in the bands, and because of that, we ended up having like a little bit of a falling out, which made everybody kind of uncomfortable.
mm,
But we ended up picking up from it. I even at the end of the tour had a little bit of an argument with one of our horn players because of like we're just like about to go home, and there was just like one thing left to do, and the other one didn't want to do it and made like a huge case for not doing it at all, and just like, and we ended up having like a spat over that just like it was just awful, you know, a lot of disagreements more than anything, you know. And But like I don't know, like I can't really think of like a terrible horror story. Because yeah, we've had a lot happen, but I don't think anything like on the road has been like all too bad. I lost the keys to the car in a gutter once, to the van in a gutter once, but I ended up getting it out with a fucking with a drum stand. So yeah, we
nice.
we bought this shitty Astro van. It was our first van for the band that we bought, and we were like, "Oh, this is so amazing! We bought it for the band." Um, and um, and yeah, one of the first nights that we took it out, I the keys fell in a sewer drain, and then thankfully, like I took one of the crash stands, and I ended up bending it and like managed to get the keys out from the gutter, which is really cool. And then a few days later, our drummer, who was driving it to get somewhere, wasn't following the heat gauge and ended up blowing a head gasket, and we never
Mm.
saw that van ever again.
Oh
Oh
no.
damn.
Yeah, that was a tragedy for sure. We lost a grand, and the towing fees and all that. That was terrible. I would love to get I want to That's another goal for the band, is just get a van, a real van that's like running and not terrible. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's a goal. So
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, no, it's okay. It was a long time ago now.
You healed.
Yeah, we've healed from that. We've healed from that, that's for sure.
Now, do what are what are your pet peeves and addictions, if you care to share with us?
Yeah. Um, well, I would say I have a lot of pet peeves. In fact, my pit bull's name is Peeve, and
Oh,
she's my
really?
pet Peeve.
There
Oh, your pet is Steve.
it
Um,
is. Oh my god,
yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. So,
Where's your pet peeve? Oh, she's
uh,
right here.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But like I would say like uh, a pet peeve like musically is just like bands that like take forever to set up, which we've been
Oh yeah.
that band before, but we're just better now. Or like promoters who promise things that they're offering guarantees and don't follow through with, which we're dealing with right now. Which I'm not going to name names because I'm still hoping we still get paid. But that like yeah. Other than that, like I mean, personally, I have a big my my brain works in a way where like I figure things out as soon as I can. And so like I have a problem. I don't do well around people who yap or like who have like incessant talking or like coke brain where they just like are nonstop talking. Like I don't do well around those people. People who just talk to themselves in conversations. I really don't do well. I bow out of those conversations very quickly if you're just like talking to yourself and like over explaining, um which I have a lot of friends and family who do that, and that is one of my biggest things that just like it irks me. I can't be around people who just like over explain and talk and reiterate over and over again. It's like that is one thing that definitely bugs me. Those are like my pet peeves. What were the other question you said? You said my pet peeves and what?
Uh,
Your
addiction.
addiction.
Oh, addiction. Well, um good question. Well, I mean, I don't know if I would say like addicted. I'm addicted to like shows and like throwing shows and performing, I would say. I would say that would be considered like an addiction. Other than that, like I don't know, like I do drink a lot. I do drink a lot, but I'm not like an alcoholic. I just it's not good for me, and I when I do drink, I get really drunk, for sure. Um, Aside from that, I mean, man, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the female body's really nice, you know.
Yes.
But I love
Yeah,
looking
and
at that.
agree.
Love looking at that. Um, so I would say that's probably. Oh well, actually, too, you know, I do have. I had a really bad addiction to coffee, and
Mm,
I kind of I think I gave myself a an adverse reaction to it now. I think I have a bad reaction to caffeine now because of how much I was doing it.
mm.
Having like, I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but like I was having like 2 cups a day, and I guess my metabolism, I have a really slow metabolism. Even like 2 cups a day is like really not good for you if you have a slow metabolism.
Hmm.
And I now when I have caffeine, like it takes me to like a bad place, and uh, I get like I don't know, I get really uneasy and I get like
Hmm.
stressed and like heart palpitations now. So
Oh,
I'm trying not to do caffeine anymore, even though I love coffee. There's one of my biggest things in this world that I think is amazing is just iced coffee. I love an iced coffee. You know, that is like just one of the most beautiful things in the world to me. But yeah, those are like things that I'm addicted to.
cool.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
So, what does the future hold for the On Advantage? We know there's some new material coming out, but what else? What do you guys want to aspire for?
Yeah, great question. Well, I want to I want to traverse new boundaries. This album, I plan on selling it to like labels, and that's something we've never done before. And I really want to get to a point where I can experiment with that. Like, you know, a lot of bands are like, oh, you know, fuck labels and stuff like that. But there's a lot of really good indie labels out there. And I'd love to experience that, like having somebody back you and see what that does and see what that could do for us, getting the reach of a label. I do plan to sell this one, and I want to see if we can do that. And then aside from that, I have like a 10-year plan for the band to try and infiltrate other scenes. Me and Wani are going to write a not a reggae album, but a more reggae centric project where we're doing a lot more of our like reggae, maybe even like cumbia type stuff.
Oh,
Experiment with like I want to go into other scenes. Like this album is is a good representation of that, because this is us kind of entering the Los Angeles scene. You can see us emulating a lot of that Latin ska and ska core vibes from them. And then we want to do the same thing with like the OC reggae scene, which Wani is very closely tied to. I want to kind of reach into that. And then I also eventually I want to reach into like the metal scene and have a like ska core album, really like ska metal album. We have a couple songs that we've like worked on in the past that we know we're going to be in that project, that are going to be in the vein of like Beat the Red Light, Secta Cord, La Pobresca, and stuff like that, and stuff that we could. I want to go into like a full metal show and be the one band that plays metal with ska. I want to go into like a full reggae show and be the one reggae band that plays with ska, and kind of like infiltrate, because like right now, and like in the Los Angeles scene, we've done that. We're not, we're normally not the first band or second band. We're normally higher on the list. We're like, we have some respect. We have some cred out there now. I want to go do that to other scenes as well, and garner these people and show them what we're capable of, and have them realize that, our other music is good as well. So long-term goal, I want to infect other places. I want to infect the label with us. I want to infect other scenes with us. I want to be involved. We're already planning on maybe going on tour with one of our grunge core bands out here, just to go do like a weird little tour thing. And yeah, I want to do some weird stuff, and I want to get our name out there to everybody, not just the ska community. We've already had a hard enough time doing that as is. I want to get everybody to hear us, and so that's, the goal is to get more ears on it, so I can get the right people who like it to listen to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to get you in front of a scene like Supernova. Have you
yes,
have you ever reached out to them?
Oh my God, that is the goal. I made a
that's everybody's goal.
I made a post. Yeah, I made a post about it. When they ended up following us, I was like, look, guys, it's happening.
We're gonna be there this year.
They followed us, and like I posted that they followed us, and I was like, it's happening, guys. We're coming, and then it never happened.
You say they've actually heard the name of your band. Wow.
Right? Yeah. But they knew us. They know us. I think they know us. But that is definitely a huge goal, is to play Supernova. I know we would kill Supernova, and we really want to play it. So yeah, Supernova is a huge goal. Fest is also a huge goal. We've been reaching out and trying to get on Fest for years now, and Supernova, and it hasn't happened yet. But that is the goal, is to get on those. So hopefully, if they're watching this, then book us. I'll come out. I told them too. I think I told one of them. I think because that we do we've gotten the applications. There's applications for these festivals, and we filled them out. And I've told him too, like, hey, like, it'd be cool if you could give us like a couple hundred, but we'll come out for anything. We'll come out for free. I would love to go to Supernova and play, no matter what. But it's kind of a good thing that it hasn't happened yet. I want to, if we gain some notoriety, then maybe when we do go to Supernova, we're not going to be like the opening band or something like that, which wouldn't be terrible. Right now, I feel like that's where we land. But after this album and this record, I feel like that's going to change. I believe that we're going to make it bigger on this one, or at least get bigger than what we are, and be more impressive. People will really see what we got cooking right now, because I think it's going to be good.
Nice, man.
Very nice. From what Jose hears, yeah, it's going to be pretty killer.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And then he says there's more stuff like cumbias and stuff. Oh man, forget about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and those recordings that you heard too, those are just our little demos. They're not even near what the final song is going to be. It's just it's the skeleton of it, and then we're gonna go record them next week. So yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice. Best of luck on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, where can we find your music, both physical and digital?
Physical would only be in person, and right now I don't have any physical anything. But I am making those discography CDs right now, and if I have some left after the Kickstarter, I'll start selling those at like shows and stuff like that. I've been talking to one of the members about starting up like a web store, but I don't want to start a web store unless I have product and the means of doing it. So
Mhm.
we're talking about maybe getting like a loan or something to be able to start up a web store hopefully soon. But as of right now, we're not going to have anything like that. Physical media is all going to be on the Kickstarter right now or in person. But you can also you can help support us on Bandcamp. Bandcamp, we have digital media for
Mhm.
sale for any price, for free or for any donation, all on Bandcamp. You can get your downloaded copies. There's a song on there that's also not on anything else. We Are Enough. That's a song that's only strictly on Bandcamp right now. Um, and then everywhere else, we have music everywhere else. It's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, you name it. Everything else is on everything else. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I see that here that you've got that one and then you got Mystical Herb also, but that's available somewhere else too, you said.
Yeah, Mystical Herb is available everywhere else too. Yes.
Got it. Got it. Right on.
He's downloading it now like that.
No, no, I'm no, I was no, because we bring stuff up and we look at the because we're looking to the side, we're looking at different things as well.
Yeah.
You guys use the panda a lot there. Who loves the panda the most?
Well, Tony, our original member, he wanted to do the panda mascot, which I was against at first. But I ended up really liking it. We ended up adopting this lazy mascot. Kind of it kind of encapsulated us a little bit. We're very panda-like, I feel. And pandas are black and white. It just ended up working out. The panda is our mascot. We have a panda mascot. We have a few of them that I draw. Um, and
But
yeah,
don't you have like a medallion that you wear or something of a panda or something?
yes, our Indian friend out here. I'm sorry, Native American friend out here. She beads, and she made me this for my birthday one year. She made me this beautiful, amazing medallion with our logo on it, and it's my prized possession. I love it so much. Yeah.
I think every cover art that you have has the panda somewhere except for We Are Enough.
Yes. Yeah. We Are Enough is the only one because I didn't really put much time into that. I didn't really
I
put
like
much
on the
time.
Mystical Herb. I like how the panda is kind of like with the weed or the pot plants.
Yep.
And then his ears and one's bit off. Why is it bit off?
There,
Because
that's one of the things with one of our pandas that I draw is always has a bit off ear, just to show that he's not a clean cut panda. He's
oh,
been, he's been through some stuff. Yeah,
kind of looks like a taco after a show or something.
yeah. Also on that Mystical Herb album cover, there's like low opacity versions of that logo. There's like I think we had 8 or 10 members at the time, so I hid low opacity 10 low opacity pandas in that image. So
Oh,
that's a cute little thing. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah, you know what? I do see it.
You
I
little
do see
hidden
it on
little
each
hidden
side.
pandas.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
do see it. That's
it,
pretty cool, man.
yeah, yeah.
And this song is called the first ever marijuana ska punk ballad.
Yes, yes, yeah. I was trying to push that narrative. I even got a ad on In Defense of Ska with that narrative on there. I was really trying to push it because I was like, there's not a lot of ska like ballads, let alone like marijuana ballads. And there is one that I would argue, which I think THC by what are they called? Brunt of It. I don't know if you'd call that a ballad though, but yeah. So I felt like that one was very ballady. That song was very ballady, and like I don't think there's ever been a ska punk ballad about weed, and yeah, I tried to push that as like a promotional thing.
That's pretty
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Now, any last words that you have for your fans out there and the viewers of our channel?
Well, no, I would just say like thank you guys for having me. Anybody who listens to us or supports us or puts anything into our Kickstarter, it really does mean the world to me and us. This band is we're a weird bunch of people. We run things very weird, and just the fact that we are able to do this stuff and have fun and do it the way that we're doing it and have any little bit of support is super meaningful to us. And we don't forget any of it. I try and give it back in any way possible, whether that means you know doing doing shows for little to no money, or just handing something out to somebody for free, or just like messaging back to somebody, or I really appreciate everybody who involves themselves with us. So anybody who does do that, you guys included, it means the world to speak with you guys on this, and just this is a part of me living my dream, is being on this podcast, and talking about the things that I want to talk about. So yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thank you for sure, dude. That's awesome. I think you're the first person that's actually really, got that heartfelt thing and tugged on our heartstrings. That's cool. Not to take away from anybody else, but
no,
that's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
We want to thank you for the time. Hold on real quick after, but we want to thank you for your time that you spent with us to share yourself and your music with us. We can't wait to see what the Odd Advantage has coming out. Hear all that music and see you getting signed to a label and getting some support that way. That's awesome. Hold on real quick, all right?
Yeah.
Say goodbye.
All right, thank you, man.
Hello, Skankers. Jose here, aka Skanking Force. Would you like to win a free Ska Box? It's as easy as following Ska Box Rocks and Sniff Dog Records on Instagram and Facebook. And subscribe to Ska History Hour on YouTube and comment Ska Box Rocks in any video to enter. Good luck!